And your wonderful wife, who you just referenced, she does something for you back 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago. She says, and it was on your anniversary. Is that right?
Indeed, it was.
Yeah. She takes you out to the track that's nearby, Lime Rock. We've had Dickie Regal on the program. Yeah.
Yes.
And what happened at Lime Rock in 2021?
Well, we were out to dinner, and she hands me a gift certificate and says, "I got you a track day at Lime Rock Park." And small side note, Jason, in return, I handed her motorcycle lessons. Oh. Right. So okay. We were very much on the same page. And I think after that, it was, is our life insurance policy up to date? Because we both are about to do something stupid. Either that or do we want to kill each other? But she had said, look, we had just moved. We had this as a weekend house up here near Lime Rock. We were Manhattanites, for 20 plus years. And then when we moved here full time, we then started uncovering this thing called Lime Rock. And I never even thought about it when my wife was like, well, look, if you're going to drive that fast, let's make this legal, shall we? And she got me a track day. And I will tell you from that day on, I blame this addiction on her. Without her having done this, I would not be spending this amount of money to continue race car driving. So it's kind of her fault, right? I think it's her fault.
But no, it is. But on lap 16 of that day, you had brake failure going into a turn, right?
And I had very spongy brakes. It was a non-track prepared Audi A6, and it was an interesting moment going through turn 1 and 2. But we made it, and Don, the instructor, always knew that we would make it, right? Like in your first time out, they don't let you go full send.
Right.
But so we were never really in a super dangerous position, right? And now as an instructor, I would never let somebody get into that position either. But as somebody new, when that happens, and you get spongy brakes, things get scary. And I think Don thought that I was going to get into the paddock and go, I'm never doing this again. But I took off my helmet and I looked at him and I said, I need to buy a race car.
Yeah. Then you knew. You knew it was on at that point. So what happens next? I mean, now all of a sudden you're doing sub 1 minute lap times at Lime Rock on street tires, and you were getting good at that point. You spent the last few years getting good, right? The passion was there.
The passion was there because the moment that I came into that paddock with Don, with the instructor after that had happened, his question was, why? You thought we were about to have a little bit of an incident. Why do you say you need a race car? And I was like, well, it's the only sport on the planet that makes me feel equal to able-bodied people. So no one on the track knew that I was in a wheelchair. The car didn't care that I was in a wheelchair. That's a profound moment. And I needed to keep that going. I needed to feel that. So I went home and I said, baby, we're buying a race car. And she just kind of smiled and was like, okay. And that's how the adventure began. I think I've spent in my first year over 40 days at Lime Rock.
Wow.
Which is a lot, if anyone drives track driving, you'll know that is a very high number. I think it was 40 days in the first year. That's how much I needed to do it.
And you're getting good.
Good is so contextual to the people you're on track with, right?
Yeah, true enough. Who are your competitors?
It's always that. And I get humbled so quickly, I go, I'm good. And then I go, oh, Jesus, that's good. Like, that's not me. That's good. I'll say this. I think I'm doing better than the average bear that's only been doing this for 3.5 to 4 years. I'm very fortunate to get good at it.